everyone. I am Rose Dottie, one of the state leads for Win with Black Women with Michigan. I am so sorry I can't be with you in person today, but I wanted to take a few minutes to walk you through what you can expect on your ballot for Tuesday, August 4th, 2026, our primary election. Now, let's be honest. Most of us know exactly when there's a presidential election. I mean, you can't really escape it. The television commercials, the campaign mail, the text messages from people that you don't even remember giving your phone number to. Somehow they always seem to find us. But then a primary election comes around, and suddenly people are standing in the voting booth saying, wait, who are these people? Well, what does the county executive do? Why are there judges on my ballot? What in the world is a millage? If you've ever felt that way, you're not alone. The good news is that by the time we're finished today, you'll know exactly what you're voting for, why these offices matter, and how to find your own personal ballot before Election Day. So let's start with the most basic question. What exactly is a primary election? Think of the primary as semifinals before the championship game. This isn't the final election. This is the election that decides who advances to the November general election. Michigan has what's called an open primary. That means you don't register as a Democrat or Republican ahead of time. Instead, when you vote, you'll choose one party's partisan ballot. Here is the important part. You cannot vote for a Democratic candidate in one partisan race and then switch over and vote for a Republican candidate in another partisan race. Once you choose a party's ballot, you have to stay with that party for the partisan races. Now let's talk about what's actually on your ballot. 2026 is a very important election year here in Michigan. Governor Gretchen Whitmer is term limited, which means Michigan voters will elect a new governor this year. You'll help decide which candidates move on to the November general election. You'll also vote in one of the most important races that the entire country is looking at, the United States Senator. Michigan has an open Senate seat because Senator Gary Peters is retiring. Okay, so why does that even matter? Well, because there's only 100 United States senators in the entire country. Each state gets 2 senators. The U.S. senators vote on federal laws, they approve treaties, they declare war, they confirm cabinet members, they confirm federal judges, and they confirm judges to the United States Supreme Court. Their decisions affect everything from health care, civil rights, economy, national security. Depending on where you live in Wayne County, you'll also vote for your representative in the U.S. House of Representatives. Wayne County includes all or part of the congressional districts 6, 10, 12, and 13. You'll only vote for the congressional district in which you live. If you're not sure which congressional district you live in, don't worry. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in just a few minutes. Now you have your representatives in Lansing. Wayne County includes all or part of state Senate districts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You'll only vote in the district where you live, but your state senator represents you in the Michigan legislature, helping to make decisions about the state budget, education, public safety, transportation and environmental policy, health care, and many laws that affect our everyday lives. You also vote for your representative in the Michigan House. Now, Wayne County includes all or part of the state house districts 1 through 4, 7 through 7 through 16, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. Now, I know that sounds like a lot of numbers. You don't have to memorize them. You don't even have to remember the ones where you don't live. The important thing is knowing which district is yours, and because these are the people who represent you in Lansing, and it's not just they're voting on laws, they actually help you work through issues that you might be having with different state departments, like the unemployment office. Now let's bring this a little bit closer to home because your ballot does not stop with state and federal offices. It also includes the people making decisions right here in Wayne County. So you have one of the biggest races on your ballot is Wayne County Executive for this year. Think of the county executive, county's chief executive officer. This person oversees the county departments, prepares and manages the county budget, and helps lead decisions about economic development, public health, county services, infrastructure, parks, and many of the programs that Wayne County residents rely on every day. The executive works with communities across the county to help address issues so that no single city has to solve it alone. You'll also vote for your representative on the Wayne County Commission. Now, the Wayne County Commission is divided into 15 districts, and every voter elects a commissioner based on where they live. The county commission serves as a legislative branch of county government. Commissioners approve the county budget, pass county ordinances, and set county policy. So yes, you have a county commissioner, and yes, that person has a significant impact on your community. Now, your ballot is not the same as everyone else's. Someone living in Detroit won't necessarily have the same ballot as someone living in Dearborn or Romulus or Inkster. That's because every community has its own local government. So you'll be voting for things like mayor, city council, treasurer, school board. These are all very unique to your city, village, or township. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking. I came here because I knew about the governor and the U.S. Senate, but I wasn't expecting homework. I promise. We're almost there. There's just one section of the ballot that we absolutely cannot skip. That's the nonpartisan race. That's where we talk about the judges. Sometimes people get to the judicial section of the ballot. They see a bunch of names that they've never seen. And they're like, hey, this sounds a little familiar. Okay, don't do that. Judges make decisions that affect people's lives every single day. They hear criminal cases, they hear family matters, they hear business disputes, property issues, and so many other issues that have lifelong consequences. Let me tell you this. Many cases involving voter rights and voter access come down to the state courts. And a lot of times the state Supreme Courts may uphold a lower court's decision. So issues around voter access and having your vote matter could come right down to the judges that you elect in this election. So we have Third Circuit Court, we have your local district courts, and some of these are contested. So you might ask, where are the Michigan Supreme Court candidates? Well, they're not going to be on the August primary ballot. The Michigan Supreme Court candidates are nominated by political parties at their endorsement conventions. They usually happen in spring. And they will appear on your November general ballot. So this is just how the Michigan's elections process works. Now that we've covered the candidates, I'd like to talk about one other thing you might see on your ballot, and that is the proposals. And let me tell you, some of these proposals can affect your communities for years to come. Sometimes people spend so much time researching their candidates that they completely overlook the proposals. But the proposals can have just as much impact. There are questions whether to approve or reject funding for different things. This year, every Wayne County voter will see one countywide proposal on their ballot. It is the Wayne County Public Transportation Millage. If approved, this millage will continue funding transportation throughout Wayne County, supporting services provided by SMART, DDOT, and other transit providers. Whether you vote yes or no is completely your decision. My job today, the job of Win with Black Women Michigan, is not to tell you how to vote. It's to make sure you know what's on your ballot before you get to the voting booth. Okay, so depending on where you live, you may see some other ballots that are germane to your particular community. Detroit voters will see Proposal S for the Detroit Public Schools Community District. Dearborn voters will consider a library millage. Livonia voters will see proposals involving public safety and senior services. Lincoln Park has a renewal for their police and fire millage. Southgate voters have a street improvement proposal, and the City of Wayne has a library proposal. Also, Grosse Ile Township has a police millage proposal, and Northville Township has an operating millage proposal. Hamtramck Public Schools has a recreation millage proposal, and Wayne Westland Community Schools has a school sinking fund proposal. And my point in listing all these out is, again, to say that no two ballots are exactly alike. Your ballot is built exactly where you live. So don't assume that your friend's ballot or even your neighbor's ballot, they may live just a few blocks over, but in a different district, is the same as yours. So take a few minutes before Election Day to look up your own ballot. And it's easier than you think. Let me show you. Go to Michigan's Voters Information Center or vote411.org. Enter the information requested to look up your voter record, and then you'll be able to see your own personalized sample ballot. Confirm your voter registration, find your polling location, and see your early voting options. You can check your absentee ballot status if you requested one. And you can also review the candidates and proposals that are tied to your specific address. I cannot encourage you enough to do this before Election Day. Read through your ballot. Research the candidates, especially the judicial races. Read every proposal and know what you're voting on before you get to the polls. You'll feel more confident. You'll spend less time trying to make decisions in the voting booth, and you'll be an informed voter. And as we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought. People often say every election is important, and every time they're absolutely right. Local elections are where many of our decisions that affect our daily lives are made. The people who you elect make decisions about our schools, our neighborhoods, our public safety, transportation, economic development, and so much more. These races may not receive as much attention as a presidential election, but their outcome affects us so much greater. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just vote. Have a plan. Look up your ballot before Election Day. Know the candidates. Know the proposals. Make a plan to vote. And bring 4 with you. When we are informed, we are empowered. And when we are empowered, our communities are so much stronger. Thank you again for allowing me a few minutes with you today. Again, I'm Rose Dottie, one of the state leads for Win with Black Women, Michigan. I hope you have an amazing event, and I hope this information helps you feel more confident about what's on your ballot. I hope you'll join me in making your voice heard on Tuesday, August 4th. I'll see you at the polls.